Hello everybody, this is Mr. Nice and thank you for coming in watching Kung Fu Fanta. So today we're going to talk about I Am Marwa and his supposed alleged deal that was ruined with the North Face. So first thing I need to say is that reactors are not responsible whatsoever, or anybody else is not responsible whatsoever for I Am Marwa. Yes, you, I Am Marwa, for losing a so-called alleged deal with the North Face. It's actually you who did that. First of all, what I gotta ask is, are you an athlete? Are you an athlete? The North Face is known for sponsoring mainly people who are into athletic, outdoor, or basically just athletes, period. What else? Who else are they actually sponsoring who just travel around the world unless they're into some type of very active activity? That is not you. You are not an active member of athletics. Are you an athlete? Are you a marathon runner? Are you a Kenyan marathon runner? Like, seriously. So nobody wants to sponsor somebody like you because you do things such as pull out your bingo and you urinate all over the place. You're urinating all over in the toilets of the buses, maybe even the planes. I haven't seen all your videos. You're doing it outdoors. You're saying it's natural. Of course it's natural, but it's not something that people want to see, right? So is that a sport? Is peeing all over the place a sport? Pulling out your bingo? And thank you for not showing the bingo on camera. Thank you so much. But we see the result of what's happening with your bingo is that you love to urinate everywhere because you say so. You say it's natural, and everybody knows it's natural, but it's not something that people really want to see, and they don't really come to your channel unless they're sick to come and watch you pee all over the place. So is that a sport? Is that a water sport? That's what I'm asking you. Is that a water sport? Yeah, I'm critiquing today. Yeah, I'm asking you a question, like, seriously, is that a water sport? This is not hate, so you can't call this hate. I'm pointing out something of many things, but I'm pointing out this particular thing because you as a man, an allegedly a grown man, right, is going around pulling out your bingo and then urinating all over the place and expecting somebody like me to just say that's okay. Well, it's not okay. And I'm going to give one good reason why. There's many reasons, but I'm going to give one really good reason why. Kids are watching you. Teenagers are watching you. That's right. Kids, teenagers are watching you. And as far as the teenagers, they lie about their age on YouTube so they can have access to disgusting things like your videos that are made for 18 or older, not for kids, so they can watch it. So you're influencing children. Why would North Face want to sponsor you based on the things that you do? Like, you're in Argentina, you're going up to young kids in the dark that are obviously one of the two in your video is afraid of you, doesn't trust you. So North Face will look at that and say, we don't want to sponsor somebody like that. They'll look at you peeing all over the place and they'll say, we don't want to sponsor somebody like that. You're not even athletic. So I don't even know how you're going to make it in Antarctica if you ever go, unless you have help of people who are physically fit to basically make sure that you don't walk in circles and walk yourself into a snow pile and nobody can see you anymore and freeze to death. Like, seriously. Dude, like, seriously. And then you have the GoFundMe for the Afro-Indians. You know, that's another thing that's kind of creepy. So I haven't quite got the information, and I really don't want to go back. Maybe somebody else in the comments can point that out. But we don't know if these Afro-Indian kids were 17 or 18. And what parent in India in the right mind would allow their children, even if they got the opportunity to go, if they're under 18, to allow them to go to a stranger's house in Kenya, the villa, that you're building, right? You're calling it like the Playboy Mansion. Did you know that Hugh Hefner, the real Playboy CEO that died not that long ago, did you know there's a whole big reputation of his Playboy Mansion where children were involved? I mean, I grew up in that general area, and the Playboy Mansion with Hugh Hefner is one of those places that, like, every place has it. Like, you don't go to that house. because you might not come back alive. You might not come back as the same person before you went in. I've actually known teenagers when I was a teenager that went there, and when they came back, they were not the same people anymore because despicable things happened to them. So what parent in the right mind would allow their children to go to your house that you call and you tell people it's kind of like a Playboy mansion? You're going to have condoms ready, hosting people. You got a helipad on the top. I haven't seen no helipad on the top. Why are you lying about a helipad? Do you have a license for a helipad? I bet not. I bet you couldn't even get a license to have a certified helipad to legally land a helicopter on top of your villa. So the North Face is gonna look at all these things. They're gonna look at the alleged scam in India with the GoFundMe. They're gonna look at you creeping up on little kids in the dark in Argentina. That is some creepy stuff. And then of course we can't forget the water sports, pulling out the bingo and then urinating all over the place. We cannot forget that. We're not going to forget that. So based on things that you say and that you do, and there's a lot more than that. I mean, your channel got started by catering to your base audience. And who is your base audience? You know, because I know. They're sex tourists. In South America, you started going around Colombia and other countries advertising sex tourism. So they're going to look at that too. And you know as well as I do that sex tourism is illegal in majority of all countries around the world. Kenya, in addition to that. Okay? So you got a reputation that that's far and beyond unbelievable. So no company in their right mind, unless they go mad, is going to sponsor somebody like you who doesn't deserve sponsorship because your reputation is not a good reputation. Your reputation is good amongst some people based on their feelings. Like there's going to be Kenyans that are going to go ahead and support you no matter what because you're from Kenya. And they're not willing to open up their eyes and their ears to see and hear the things that you do that are wrong, which is unfortunate. But most Kenyans don't approve of what you're doing. And you know what I'm talking about. Most Kenyans and most Africans and most people around the world don't approve of the things that you do. And that's why there are other reactors critiquing you, like myself, that you are not going to get a sponsorship from the North Face. And we're going to tell you basically the things that you do and say are inappropriate. They are. They're not appropriate. So for you to think that it's just okay and you have teenagers watching you and you're influencing teenagers online because they lie about their age, nobody's going to take you seriously. They're going to look at you as a bad person, a person who's disgusting, a person who has no morals, no good morals. And you have a great mother, by the way. You have a great mother. Congrats, Mom is a wonderful woman. She has great advice. She's done so much for the community, but you haven't really done anything. You're a beggar. You actually admit that you're a beggar. You're begging all over the place. And nobody cares. Nobody really cares in the right mind. And you wonder why that your subscriber count has slowed down dramatically. Hardly anybody is subscribing to you because they're looking at these things that you say and do. And a lot of people are unsubscribing. And then a lot of people who come to you for the first time, they see a few of your videos and they just don't subscribe at all. They don't subscribe at all because they don't want to be affiliated or supporting somebody that does the things that you do, says the things that you say, because it's disgusting. So you can call this hate all you want, but this is not hate. This is reality. I'm basically telling you exactly what it is that you're doing, whether if you can see it or hear it or not, right? Because a lot of people just can't look at themselves in the mirror like you and say that what I'm doing is not right. And it's not right. And you're making Kenya look bad. Like seriously, you are making Kenya look bad. And that's a crying shame. You want to say you're from Kenya because you are from Kenya, but you're making Kenya look bad. And reactors are going to continue to go ahead and react on you no matter what. If you start coming out with great videos and you stop all your wayward ways, people are still going to react to you and tell you about the good things that you do. People react on the things that they see and hear. Reacting has been around since the dawn of time. So on that note, everybody, Iron Marwa included. This is Mr. Nice. Thank you for watching Kung Fu Fanta, and I'm out.